and you got two people on the line. You got Foxworth and Bruce Holt.
Okay, yeah, good, good. Yeah, just tell them to hold on for me. All right.
Okay.
T and the kids, it's the big fella, man.
Hey, Mike,
You
we're
know
gonna have
who
Big
he
Mike gonna
is.
be calling shortly.
Johnson. Hey, Detroit. Demetrius Johnson. Detroit, you're now in tune with the sound of Mark Lang, and the show starts now. Hey, Detroit.
Good evening and welcome to the Demetrius Johnson Show, the big fella, along with the coach and the professor. How you guys doing, man?
Hey man, I'm doing great, man. How you all doing?
Make sure I can hear you a little better with your headset for me, big dog. I want everybody to hear you. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure I can hear you, boss. How you doing, Jimmy?
What's up, DJ? How are you, man? What's going on?
You know what, man? I'm doing good, man. Boy, it's a lot of stuff going on today, y'all. I mean, what's going on today is off the freaking charts, folks.
Yeah.
We're going to get down and have a conversation about that. I know we got my man Big Mike on the call, but I mean, and I'm glad we got the professor on, man, because we're going to really be able to dissect and dive into this whole dynamic of what's going on, man. And you know what I find interesting? I find very interesting, folks, how people, it's not the same outrage as when Black Lives Matter movement was going on. You know what I'm saying, Coach?
Well, it wasn't the same urgency. You know what I mean? I didn't see the urgency to get everything corrected and to get it. I didn't see the law and order today that I see when Black Lives Matter is out in the street and they're protesting. You know. I'm just gonna go on and say when protesters look like you treat them very differently.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Eddie, what's your thought, man?
Yeah. Well, I think we know this. Everybody, even the tapes that came out this past week, everybody knew this was him. But the question is, what do we do about it? It's almost like me bullying you at school and then tell you what you're gonna do about it. Like take your money for lunch, your lunch money, and then say, what are you gonna do? So what? I took your money. What you gonna do? Right? And so that JC and DJ, that's where we are. What are you gonna do? Yeah, we can do this. Yes, the game, the rules are different. So what? Tell me a time when the rules weren't different.
I can't remember. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think that ever happened.
There's never been a time.
Right.
There's never been a time where the rules weren't different. So the question is, what are you gonna do about it?
JC?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, you're not going to do anything about it. And I'll say it once again. The folks that came to the Capitol to remove the people, many of them are Trump supporters. You think many of them police officers and them people in blue did not vote for Trump? So that's why they were dealt with differently. That's why I can go into the Capitol and sit down in the speaker's chair and take me selfie and make mockery of the process. That's why I can do that. It's almost like they let them go in there.
Well, we know our brother Fidel always tell us, right? He always talk about, he asked us to choose which is better between Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, right? And I remember people said when I was growing up, man, had I been back then, had I been a slave, I would have done this, that, and the other. Then I heard a guy put it like that. Well, you're still in that situation. You ain't doing that. Right?
Yeah.
So even if we pick Malcolm today, we ain't doing what Malcolm did then, even if we pick Martin. You know, a lot of people don't think Martin did a lot of things, but he did more than what we're doing. So how is it that we have the audacity, even when we talk about Obama, he ain't crap. If he ain't crap, what does that say about us? Just think about that. I mean, that was just so asinine. If he ain't crap, and you know I want to say that word, but if he ain't crap, and he made it to the White House, at least he made it that far, what does that say about those who's not doing anything? This man put his life on the line. He almost left his kids fatherless, his wife husbandless. How many of us willing to do that? That in itself took a lot.
Yeah, well, I can say this, man. I'm gonna have two of my good folks. They're gonna come on in a little while and talk about it. I'm waiting to get Big Mike out of the way. And can I tell you what, man? We're going to really dive into this, man, because I'm really disappointed. Let me tell you why I'm disappointed. Well, I'm not going to get into it because when I get to moving and flowing in this thing, man, it ain't going to be no stopping. That's so I don't want to really start flowing right now. We're waiting to get my man Big Mike on, get him out of the way, and then we're going to get down some business to that, folks. And I'm going to tell y'all what. I made my New Year resolution. I'm not going to call nobody a fool, all right? And I'm going to try to do my best to live with that New Year's resolution, okay? But this is what I want. Now, I know 910, the Superstation in Detroit. We reach a lot of white folks in Detroit. A lot of white folks. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a call out to white folks in Detroit who's riding down the street saying what black folks are saying and saying what we think. I want the white folks to call in tonight because it's going to be very important for me to hear what they got to say. You know what I'm saying? And they saying it. I'm not going to get into particular. Let's do this. Let me start this baby off nice with my man Big Mike. Let me bring my man Big Mike in the conversation. Not that conversation, but Big Mike, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, DJ?
I'm good, Mike. What's going on, big dog? What you got for me?
Hey, you got college football national championship, Tennessee Titans running back Derrick Henry, and the Detroit Lions.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, big game Monday, DJ prime time. Ohio State playing Alabama. I think this game going to be a lot better than what people think. They think Alabama going to blow them off the field. I think it's going to be a lot better. Alabama, they loaded, man. They had.
I don't think that.
What?
Okay, go ahead, JC.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to beat Alabama, but I don't think they're going to play Monday. Ohio State's having COVID issues.
Oh no, I think they're gonna play. I think it's just so much money riding on this. They're gonna play, and I think
they saying they're gonna push it back to January 18th.
Yeah, I just can't see that right now. I think they are going to play. I really do. I think that is gonna kick off and be able to play. But
I just think they want the big players playing, and they don't want anybody to miss. I think it's gonna be put back to January 18th. I don't think they play on Monday.
Yeah, I hear you, but well, whenever they play,
that's just my opinion. I don't know for sure.
I got you. But whenever they play, I truly believe it's going to be a very, very good game. Ohio State got athletes just like Alabama. I mean, those are elite programs. It's going to come down, execution, coaching, but both of them got elite guys. So I think it's going to be fine. I just think it's going to be a good game. I'll be surprised if they push the game back.
Right. I like to see my man Jameson Williams step up and play big time. I tell you, Jameson Williams is one of the smoothest athletes I ever seen. Hey, but look, by Alabama, they had 3 guys in the finals for the Heisman. Devontae Smith, who won the Heisman, the quarterback, Mac Jones. Then they had the running back, Najee Harris, who's going to be a big-time pro running back. Shoot, and the wide receiver, Devontae Smith, he was the first wide receiver to win the Heisman in 29 years, DJ, since Desmond Howard.
I know it, man. That's a long time. But he deserved it, man. The guy balled. He played. He made some plays. And guess what? He wasn't their best receiver. The best receiver got hurt. That's what's crazy. That's what's telling you when they got all kind of ball players.
Yeah, Waddle.
And if he plays Monday, that's going to be a big difference.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a major difference.
Yeah, he's supposed to be playing too, Waddle.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, shoot, my man Devontae Smith, 105 catches, 1,600 yards, 5.6 average on 20 touchdowns. Ooh, that's huge, man.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great season, man. You can't even question the season, man. Great season. He became the catalyst of that offense and catching that rock. So, yeah, you got to give it to him.
Right. Hey, Tennessee Titans running back Derrick Henry come 8th back to rush for 2,000 yards. This guy's a grown man. He's every bit of 6'4", 250. And when he break a run, he never get caught.
I don't know if he's a grown man, but they look like little boys playing with him. I mean, that's a big old scary looking dude, Mike. I mean, he's scary looking. I mean, I wouldn't even want to play against him, dude.
Yeah. Right. Look, he came into the game needing 223 yards against Houston. He rushed for 250 and 2 touchdowns. They won 41-38. His 2,027 yards is fourth among the 8 backs to rush for 2,000 yards. And he's the second Tennessee Titan to rush for 2,000 yards. Chris Johnson rushed for 2,000.
Exactly. Well, I mean, he's a heck of a running back. You can't say he's not a great player. So his numbers prove it. And then when you can't stop him, when you know he's going to get it, you know he's big time.
Right. Yeah. Hey, man, the Detroit Lions, DJ. Hey, they need a coach. Who they going after? I see they got Eric Bieniemy and Marvin Lewis.
I don't know, man. You know what? I don't know.
Eric Bieniemy in there, man.
I don't know, man. Detroit is so backwards, man. Until they change that whole, to the ownership, give somebody the ability to run it, you know, the Fords, you know, it's going to be the same old sorry-ass Lions.
Yeah,
well,
they're one of the teams that never seen a Super Bowl.
No, well, they're not. They probably seen it just as much as me on TV. So we all good. Big Mike, it's always good, Playboy, talking to you.
Right on, DJ in the Motor City.
All right, my man. Thanks, Big Mike. Appreciate you, man. All right, man. It's time to get down to business, man. We've been talking about this whole process, what's happening in D.C. I mean, and Donald Trump has created a storm of racism and privilege. Let me tell you what y'all witnessing. I don't know if anybody ever touched on this. You're witnessing white privilege to its best. This is white privilege to the best. And when we always talk about white folks and privilege, you are witnessing white privilege to its best. And let me do something, Eddie and Coach. Let me bring in. We got to call my man Bruce. Let's bring my man Bruce in this conversation real quick. Bruce, how you doing, man?
Doing fine, my brother from another mother.
No doubt about it. Bruce, you're a white guy, right? You're a friend of mine. I know you. We're boys.
I'm about as white as you get.
All right.
Raised in the country, 150 feet from the Mississippi River.
I'm in my car driving today. We get a conversation. You text me, I call you. What's the first thing you said, man?
I said, I told you 6 months ago, if white people protested and they were treated like they treat black protesters, they would stop in a New York minute, but they will not do it. And it's just like today in D.C. If you were a black man in that crowd and you had a gun even, you'd be on the ground, you'd have dogs on you, you'd have people beating you, you'd have gas in your face. This is nothing but white privilege, because here they got a curfew at 6 p.m. They're not arresting people. They're walking around without fear, man. You show me a group of black people in a protest that can do that, and I'll buy you a steak dinner, DJ, because you ain't going to find it. And not only that, they're all, it's quiet now. It's quiet in D.C. You know why it's quiet? Because they're a bunch of old fat white guys like me who go to bed at 8:30 at night. And we don't have the energy to stay out like that. I'm going to tell you something. It's the truth. You know how I call it, DJ. I don't pull any punches.
No, you don't. But see, but Bruce, check this out. See, folks in Detroit, which I don't understand. I got white friends that we're boys, but you know what? They don't change who I am as the person. They speak their mind. I speak my mind. Right? We know what's going on. This is the ultimate test of freaking just. I mean, it's amazing to see, for us to witness this right in front of your own eyes. They are trying to pull out a coup. That's what they're doing. They're trying to say, this is some stuff I would see in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? This ain't what we think we're seeing in the United States. And then my man Pianki, who's always swinging on Donald Trump, I can't wait to hear from him tonight. I want him to tell me about how these guys, and these white folks in D.C., let me tell you how sad it is, folks. It is so bad. They're not even, listen what I'm about to tell you. They're not even, the police ain't even coming out. that they sent for the National Guard. The National Guard still ain't got there. The last time I saw. That's 5, 6, 7 hours ago. If there's a major, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, well, they brought him out. Their bishop brought him out, DJ, and but they're not doing anything.
Coach, yeah, they took the National Guard a long time to get there. The people on TV were saying, "Damn, where's the National Guard? Damn, where's the National Guard?"
Now, DJ, let me make this point. A 16-year-old girl got killed in that mess. Okay, 16 years old. If a 16-year-old would have got killed in a Black Lives Matter movement, they would have cleared that whole damn lot out.
No doubt about it.
Nobody be outside.
So when they sit up here, hey Bruce, when they sit up here and talk about fairness, and then you got this boy and the police in Wisconsin shoot a guy 7 times in the back in front of his kids, Doc? And then they want to sit up here and talk about he was a threat.
You know, look, it's the old story, DJ. You know, when somebody gets beat up, there's no good police report going to say that they beat him. He fell down the steps. I mean, you know as well as I do, man. It's the same story whether you're in Detroit, St. Louis, Chicago. I worked in Detroit off and on in the early 70s. And it was a few years after the riots, and Detroit was a burnt-out Hulk. And we were stopped in a street. There were 5 white guys in the middle of this neighborhood, and because we were insurance agents, and we were picked up and dropped off at a point by the agents in Detroit. And we were goofing around, and the police pulled over, and they drew down on us. And, you know, we naturally put our hands on the hood like we were told, and they asked us what we were doing there, and we told them, and they said, well, there's only one other reason why you'd be here. You know, you guys doing drugs or wanting drugs. No, this is what we do. Well, this isn't St. Louis. This is Detroit. We play for real here. And the next morning when we went into our office, the boss, the office manager, called us in specifically, and he told us, he said, I have a great respect and working relationship with the City of Detroit Police Department. This was back in the 70s. It's not now. And he said, you gentlemen are no longer welcome in my city. You pack your bags. You're going back home tonight. I mean, they weren't playing. They weren't playing.
Well, Bruce, let me tell you this, man. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. And see, what this is doing, let me tell you what the pandemic has done. Hey, Bruce, we're going to take a break. Thanks, Bruce, for your call, man. Appreciate your friendship. All right, big dog. Thanks, Bruce. Before we take a break, I want to say this. What the pandemic has done for us, y'all, it has shined a light on the atrocities that are placed on black folks all the time. This ain't nothing new. What you're seeing is what you're seeing. It's the reality. But guess what? Let's go back to your boy out in L.A. who got beat up. What was his name? Rodney King. What we see, a guy getting beat, and what we see, these hoodlums, thugs that they would be calling us, breaking in the damn Capitol, the White House, the most sacred area in the United States in terms of government. They are breaking in there, and guess what's happening? Nothing. The big fella DJ, the coach, and the professor. Right back. Holla at your boys, 313-778-7600. Right back.
Listen up, America.
All right, DJ, you got a lot popping off over here.
What we got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 callers.
Okay, we still got my girl Ro?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to Ro, and then we'll go to the callers.
Okay, you got Fidel. It don't matter who you call them out, which order you call them out. Fidel, okay. Jerome.
We got Fidel, Jerome.
Roy.
Kenny.
Pianki.
Oh, Pianki, but.
Reverend Wantmore.
Rev Wantmore.
And Rick from Detroit. 9:10 a.m. Please hold.
Okay, got you. I'm good, boss.
Okay, then right now I'm gonna just go ahead and block the lines for the time being.
Okay, that's cool.
Till we clear off some of these lines.
Okay, cool. Oh, welcome back to the Demetrius Johnson Show, the big fella, hanging out with the coach and my man, the professor player. Hey, man, let's do this. Let me bring my girl. This is my good friend. She lives in D.C. She's my little sister. Love this girl. Her husband and I are very good friends. This is my girl. She works in D.C. In fact, she works for the government. Let me bring my girl in, Rochelle. What up, Ro?
Hey, DJ, how are you?
Oh, man, I'm feeling kind of in a nasty mood today because I'm seeing all this foolishness going on. Talk about
we all should be.
Right. Talk about the environment up there. What's going on in D.C.?
So the DMV, which is the D.C. area, Maryland, and Virginia, is basically on lockdown. It's not just D.C. And just to let your listeners know, I actually live in Virginia. I live about 20 minutes away from D.C., but I work two blocks from the White House. And so, I mean, to see what is going on here compared, to having the opportunity to experience some of what happened this summer with Black Lives Matter, just to give some indication, along with some of the things that JC talked about, and even the professor found out that deployed chemical irritants, that the protesters deployed chemical irritants on police. Now, I didn't say that the other way around. I said the protesters did this. And so the experience, again, during Black Lives Matter compared to, seeing folks hanging off, dangling from the Capitol, seeing pro-Trump mobsters kicking in the windows of the Capitol. I don't know how many of you have ever been in the Capitol or been to any of in the Senate or the Congress chambers, but there is a really, really narrow door that you have to go through. And to know that many mobsters actually made it to the Senate chambers and actually had an opportunity to make it to the Speaker of the House, sit at her desk, put your feet up, and then leave her a note. And they didn't barricade them in there in order to arrest them. I just seen some numbers a few minutes ago from the mayor's office. There were 15 arrests made.
That's it?
That's a reporting from the D.C. mayor's office.
15 arrests? That's
15 arrests.
That's it. They didn't took over the freaking. They done took over the Capitol. They done took over the freaking Capitol.
Yes.
Now they got. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yes, it's 15 arrests. As JC talked about, they didn't give the age of the young lady that actually got shot in the chest and eventually died. But JC said that was a teenager. But when you look at when you think about going into the Capitol, into the rotunda, as big as it is, how is it that this many protesters made it in there? And then what was really interesting is that they didn't try to take cover or anything and say, okay, these folks came in here unlawfully, we're going to arrest them. They actually single file and walked them out.
Wow.
And everybody went to their respective areas.
Wow. And then ask them to walk through the metal detectors. Metal detectors going off, huh?
The Senate.
Wow. It's a joke. I mean, it's really a joke.
And so,
so this.
It's something that if I didn't actually see it from my own eyes, I would not even believe it. But listen to this. Representatives of 14,000 companies around the United States are basically sending letters and sending information to Congress and the Senate.
Saying what?
That they need to remove Trump from office. immediately.
They're not going to remove him. They're not
And
going to
so
remove
now
him.
we have. We'll see.
Rochelle, trust me.
That's true.
They're not removing Donald Trump.
That is treason.
I don't care what I don't care what.
And you know what, DJ, I would not be surprised.
I don't care,
think that they'll try
Rochelle.
to play it out
I don't care
until
what this fool
20th.
does. He's not going anywhere. He is not going anywhere.
But I think it should be noted.
Hey, Ro. Hey, Ro.
DJ, I can't even say that I.
Let me say this, Eddie. Now, I come to you. Hey, Ro. I appreciate you giving us a heads up of what's going on in D.C. If anything break, give me a call my phone, and then we'll make sure we get you back on the air because you're our insider there in D.C. for us. We truly appreciate that, girl.
Oh, you're more than welcome. You all have a good evening.
Okay, make sure you tell my man Maurice, your husband, hello, all right? All right, before we go to the phone, the phone calls, hey, Eddie, what's your thought on this, man?
I think one of the things that we probably is overlooking just a little bit, can you imagine 1859 when they seceded from the Union? See, older people who are watching this, they're not as surprised because we're underestimating their capability. Here's what I'm saying, DJ. Here's what I'm saying, listening audience. Here's what I'm saying, JC. You got to understand, slavery was legal. Right? Slavery was legal. Right? After slavery, it was 170 years, then 83 years of what they call antebellum period. That's what a slavery was. And then you have about 4 or 5, maybe 7 years what they call black code. And then you had 70-some years, which end up being almost 90-some years of Jim Crow. Now, all of us always say this. It wasn't all white people.
Right.
We agree with that. All white people weren't slave owners. All white people did that. But if you were to make a bet, which white people would it be? Which white people would it have been? Who do you think would have had slaves? We're not brushing the whole white race.
No, we're not. I mean, we're not saying that.
Right? We're not doing that. But check this out. It had to be a group of people. What group do you think it was? So older people are saying or listening to us say, we've never seen this in America. They saw this. Lynch mobs was a regular, over 4,500. That's 4,500 people were lynched by lynch mob. Not just lynch. We just talking about lynch mob, right? Over the time period of what they say, 1890 to 1960. 4,500 people. Under lynch mob, it was a regular occurrence. Almost every state in the Union had a massacre of lynching people. In the entire United States, there's not a state in this country that did not have a lynching mob.
Well, let's do this. Y'all ready lock these lines up, man? Because we got these lines blowing up tonight. I want y'all to call in and let's have a good conversation. 313-776-7800. Let's go, baby. Let's start this conversation off, man. Let's go with my man Fred. Let's go, Fred. What you got? Hello?
Hey, DJ, let's go with Jerome.
All right, let's go with Jerome. What up, Jerome? What we got?
Good evening. You know what? Thank you for taking my call. But you know what? Someone knew that this was going to go down. Who is what office? What department is supposed to know what these plans were? The FBI. The FBI know what these organizations, these terrorist organizations in the United States are doing. They knew. The FBI knew. They keep an eye on these radical groups. Now, who does the FBI report to? They report to the Attorney General, William Barr. Guess who resigned a few weeks ago? William Barr. He knew this was going to happen. That's why he resigned early.
Yeah, well, I mean,
William Barr resigned just a few weeks ago, and people were wondering, well, why didn't he stay until the end of Trump's term? It was only a few more weeks.
Yeah.
He knew what was going to happen because the FBI informed him.
So you think he knew what was going down? So he said, "I don't want to be a part of it. I'm up out of here." That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I could believe that. I mean, because it's interesting.
You want to be a part of it.
Hey, man, I can see a drone. I think it's a good call, man, because, I mean, it's foolish what's going on, man. And for these, if that was black people storming the Capitol of the United States, think about this, man.
And that's why we need to hold it right there.
Hold on, Jerome.
Hold it right there, man. Hold it on that issue.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I'm with Jerome. Hold it on that issue throughout the entire time. Put it in context. When we're not talking about the protest. They have a right to protest. We got that. But what we're saying is how they are handling this situation is totally opposite of how they would have handled a much smaller group of black people walking down the street just protesting with signs. No guns, no nothing, and it's recorded. FBI knows that the people who actually did the violence as far as vandalism back during those protests weren't even really Black Lives Matters or civil protesters in the beginning. Those were infiltrated individuals or a group that came in to help perpetuate that we are violent people, and that would create a massive or a state, not just militia, but a order from the president or the state government to come in and massacre the people, knowing that they are not killing or masking the right people in the first place. It's like you said.
So, Jerome, you're right.
Amazing.
So with Jerome, you're saying you're right. You're right. They knew about this movement. They knew it was going down. Barr did. So Barr got the hell up out of there early, so he won't have his handprint is nothing on this deal. You're 100% right.
Because William Barr is the one who's supposed to take the necessary measures to protect the Capitol.
I agree.
It was his responsibility, knowing what was going to come down, to inform the policing people to protect the Capitol.
Hey, Jerome. Hey, man, thank you for the call. You're 100% right. I appreciate your call, big man. Thank you so much. Let's go and talk to my man. Let's move on and talk to my man, Roy. Yo, go ahead, Jimmy.
You know, Barr also, Doc and DJ, was the one that organized Donald Trump's march.
Hey, DJ, go to Fidel next.
He organized that. He had Barr to organize that march.
Right.
You know, clear the people out so I can go get my photo out.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. They knew the deal. Hey, man, let's go to my man Fidel. Let's bring my man Fidel in. What up, Fidel?
There he is. What's up with Fidel?
It's Deacon Fidel.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm already Deacon. I'm sorry, Deacon Fidel. What's up, Deacon?
That's okay. Somebody said
by the way, man.
I heard somebody.
You know I said it, man. Professor put it out there, man. I put it out there. I've been listening to you. Oh, I was just saying that you were saying that we had to choose between Martin and Malcolm. And back in the day, they used to ask, not back in the day, but people today used to say, if I was back then, I would have done this and I would have done that. Well, today is back then, and we're still not doing anything, whether it's Martin or Malcolm.
Man, I mean, I don't know if you smoking crack or something, but I'm gonna let you stay on that side. Hey, DJ,
let me hear.
Why is black folks talking about what white folks doing? Like, we don't have a fight in this. Let them fight that out. That's for whatever they want to call themselves. Republican against Democrat, the red, the blue, the rich versus the rich. Let them fight that out. And then when they get tired, whoever wins, then we turn our guns on them and take our land back. That guy right there, he playing word semantics. I'm not about to play word semantics because I take this a whole bunch of it. Duh. Do you think there's a difference between what white people do and what black people do? Duh. He got to be high, DJ. There's no other explanation in the world that challenge me. I wouldn't do something back then. And you go. That's what you got, DJ. You got black officers out there stood in the line. That was the perfect opportunity for the black officers to take a shot at one another and say, guess what? I fear for my life. You know why they don't do that? They bust or be in jail, just like the black officer that shot the unarmed white woman in Milwaukee, and he doing 7 to 15. See, he don't have no. He sound like the caller that called in at like the pop shot, like Al. Al said, "Oh well, Fidel this and Fidel this. Oh, Fidel didn't read this book. I got some. I'm gonna let me see him get out of this one, DJ. Al with his good talking, know everything, read all the books, just know everything. Why he didn't read the book that told him, Alaric, that you carrying on your white slave master name and that's not your name, and change your name back to your original name. Let me see him get out of that one.
Well, Fidel, well, hold on. Let me say something though. I hear you say that it ain't our fight, but let me kind of take you another direction.
Okay.
White folks always deny that there's a different set of rules in the game. Always deny it. Oh, I don't see nothing. You tell me. Give me a name. What do you mean? Who are they? Who are they? What is the system? What system? What are you talking about? Okay. This is what I'm telling you. This is something we need to talk about. We showing how the laws, we've been saying it for years, for all of our lives, how the laws have changed, the different set of rules for us. But guess what has happened? Now, some of the progressive white folks who may have all white folks ain't bad. All right. There's white folks who want to support and be on helping black folks. That happened in slavery. It happened everywhere. Okay. I am telling you, I appreciate white folks, us talking about it, because when I'm doing, say, like my co-host Jeff on Mondays, I want him to understand, we told you the rules are different. We continue to tell you they're going to treat us differently. We continue to tell you that there is no level playing field. There is no damn boots to pull ourselves up by the bootstrap. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, so when you say, oh, let them fight, no, because guess what? It's going to affect us, because guess why?
There you go, DJ.
Anything that happens with white folks affect black folks. And if I'm lying, name me one thing that really meant something to this country that happened to white folks didn't affect us.
That's not what I'm saying, DJ. You must didn't hear me when I said, let them fight it out, let the winner be tired, and then we turn our guns on them and take them out.
No, I understand. I heard you say that.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, and we talked about that earlier. Go ahead.
Hold on. Wait a minute, man. Y'all ain't gonna give me nothing but so many seconds.
Hey, Fidel, man, you know you got a lot of time. Come on, man. We give you more than seconds. Go ahead.
Man, you've been out here almost 3 minutes already.
Right, come on, Fidel. You get as much time we need to give you. You my man.
Your brother, but that's fine. That's what I'm trying to explain. You're going to have more problems out your black than you is white. So watch this, DJ. If you tired of talking, I don't know about you. I'm in my mid-40s, almost about to be 50. If you tired of doing something for 47 years, 48, 49 years, it's time to do something else. If white man killed to get in the position in it, then it's going to take killing to get out of it. There is no other way. If you scared, go get a job and be submissive and go into that Christian church. Again, DJ, we are peaceful people. We are forgiving people. Now, this is the perfect opportunity to take your land back. Quit turning your guns on each other. Quit listening to all them Christian folks, because they ain't going to do nothing. Say, put it in the Lord's hand. I'm going to pray on it.
Well, DJ. Brother Fidel. Go ahead, JC.
Well, DJ.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we had a Muslim on yesterday.
Hey, Fidel, yeah, hold on,
There's
JC.
No way you can be
JC.
a Muslim and not believe in Christianity.
Hey, Eddie.
You didn't come on yesterday, Fidel.
Hey, Eddie, hold on. You and JC, hold on 1 second. Fidel, JC hit it on the point. We had we had a Muslim on yesterday, and you didn't call. What happened?
I was busy.
Well,
and my man told me about, like I do have. Like, hold on. Watch this. Do you think I'm gonna turn down an opportunity of paying my bills and having my way of life to come on a talk show? I come on a talk show at my leisure time. See the difference between me and you? Not you, DJ. I'm talking to your man that got that smart mouth. See the difference? I had something to do. Now, DJ, if you can set it up where he could be a grown man.
Hold on, Jimmy. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Last but not least, y'all got to understand this. Y'all asked for a brand new year. Y'all asked for a brand new president. Y'all asked for all these good things. Now it's here in y'all face. Good old Christian board. If you continue to vote, if you continue to check one white man is better than the other white man, and continue to say, here's my thing, DJ, dig a hole, throw all the snakes in the face of the earth in that pit, and then jump in there and say, I want the snakes that's not poisonous to not bite me, and tell the other snake that is poison, that is going to bite your behind. Tell him that's how you got to play white folk. Farrakhan said, not some white people, all white people, until we get.
No, after him, you can go with Bianchi.
They can help us get in position to go after the president's one. Until then, my motto is, I love all blacks. I care for all blacks. I ain't never killed a black man or woman. I ain't never broken their houses, their cars. I ain't never raped a woman. I ain't never been to prison, and I ain't no homosexual. Now, can anybody say that in their family? My brother, my father, and my grandfather. Can any one of y'all say that?
Can any one of us say what?
Yes.
That what you just said? Hold on. Hey, Fidel, what are you saying? Can any one of us say what you just said?
Ain't no alcoholic. Ain't never been in prison.
Oh yeah, we can say that. Oh, we can say it. All three of us can say it with no question. Hey, Fidel, look here, man. All right, well, look here, big dog. Yo.
White folks to call in from the city of Detroit. That's why it's so messed up here. You don't have a lot of white folks that stay in the city of Detroit. But over the last 10 to 15 years, they're doing the gentrification. You have more.
Hey, Fidel, can you do something? Hey, let me say this before I let you go, man. Can you do this for me? Can you stop saying I give you a few seconds, man? You took a lot of time tonight, big boss. Then you got your word in. I appreciate it. So make sure you lock it in on Monday. I look forward to talking to you Monday, man. Look forward to talking to you Monday. Thanks, Fidel.
I got a question for you, Fidel.
No, he's gone. No. No. But I'm gonna throw it out to him, But you don't know. No. Hold on, Doc. No, we ain't gonna go that route. We're gonna throw it out later on. We need to do that. We got to keep moving. Let's bring in my man, Bianchi. Come on in, Bianchi.
How you doing, DJ?
Man, I'm not doing too good seeing all them white folks acting a fool and nobody saying nothing about it.
There was blacks also in the march, Chinese Americans.
Oh, come on, Bianchi. What's the majority out there? My Bianchi. What's the Bianchi? Bianchi, quit it, man. What is the most? What is the overriding number of folks out there?
You let that other man talk about.
I'm gonna let you talk.
Let the other man talk about pyramids.
I'm gonna let you talk about whatever you got to talk about. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bianchi.
All right, let me go. I don't want to take up nobody else's time.
Go ahead, Bianchi.
Another point. That was a federal building. D.C. police have no jurisdiction over a federal building. If that's the case, when Mexicans raided the ISIS facility there in Colorado, took down the American flag and put up the Mexican flag, actually that's a sign of war. We ready to fight. Wasn't nothing said. And then you got Maxine Waters who was saying, get up in the faces of Trump supporters. No complaints. And your University City state legislator, Missouri state legislator, Maria Chappelle Nadal, she was on Twitter and she wrote, I hope Donald Trump is assassinated. So they've been, the left has been
what they got to do with today?
All the time. Don't these American citizens have a right to protest?
I think so. You want to justify what happened today? Are you saying what happened today was right?
They got a right. They got a right to protest. Peaceful protest.
Yeah.
All right, now hold on, time out. Hold on, time out. Bianchi, hold on, guys, hold on. Now, don't tell me about no peaceful protesting. Don't tell me about that when they breaking out windows. That ain't no damn peaceful protesting. Tell me what's peaceful about that, climbing up windows, breaking out windows, a girl some young lady get murdered.
I tell you what,
Tell me what's peaceful, Bianchi.
I'm sorry for that. But like Captain Dorn getting murdered there on Martin Luther King.
Okay, we're talking about what's happening now. It was a tragedy what happened to Captain Dorn. No question about it. We're talking about now. Why are you always trying to use something else when we're talking about what happened in the present? We're talking about what is happening right now.
We don't know who done that shooting.
Well, you see them breaking out windows. They breaking in the damn White House, and that ain't happening. You tell me if that was black folks doing it. All right, Bianchi. All right, let me ask you this question.
That was not the White House.
It's everybody there, all the damn people there. It's like the White House. It's an extension of the White House. Okay, that's sacred grounds. You cannot just go in that building.
No, it's not like a
you cannot go into that building like that. Bianchi, let me ask you a question.
You got United States citizen protest.
Bianchi, let me ask you a question. Don't act like there was peaceful protesting. So why is it when white folks do something, then I got a black man like you who I really respect, sit up here want to tell me that it's no big deal? Hey, they got the right. They got the right to break out windows, climb up the damn walls, and do all this other stuff?
Well, BJ, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So when you had when they had a BLM protest and they go down North Grand Avenue in the shopping center there on Grand and Cass Avenue, then they go down to the shopping center down there next to Grand at the Water Tower and bust out windows and loot. Is that okay?
So let me ask you a question. Hold on, Bianchi. Listen, guys. We're going to have order here. Hold on, Bianchi. What in the hell that got to do with what's happening today in D.C.? Nothing. Because guess what? No, okay. Let me tell you this, and then we're gonna go in this order. You're gonna come next, JC, and then Eddie. This is what we're gonna happen. Let me ask you this question, Bianchi. Were they arresting people in St. Louis? Were they slamming them on the ground? Were they slamming them on cars? Were they throwing smoke bombs and all kind of other stuff? When Ferguson happened, didn't they do that? When the Black Lives Matter movement, did they do that? So what the hell are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Like it's a peaceful protest. They got the right. They got the right to protest, but they ain't got the right to break in buildings and government buildings, federal buildings. If we broke in the federal building, what the hell would happen to us? We'd be in federal damn prison.
Who is we?
Black men.
Who is we?
Me.
What did they do?
Me.
How long did they hold Seattle? How long did they hold Seattle hostage?
I'm asking you a question. Let me ask you a question again. Did you just see a white boy? Did you see a white boy sitting on a damn desk in Nancy Pelosi's office, legs crossed with a sign? Did you see that? We're coming back. I'm just asking you. Did you see that? See, what you fail to want to do is realize that it's white privilege, and you, for whatever reason, you don't want to admit this white privilege. Hold up. It is white privilege. It ain't no damn state citizen, because the same action a black man would have got killed. Bianchi, come on, man. Hey, Bianchi, let me do this. Hey, let's do this, man. Bianchi, let my man JC say something. Then Eddie, you say something after JC. Then we're going to give you the last word before we go to break. We got 5 minutes.
Hey, DJ, I don't have nothing to say, man. That's a waste of time. You said it all. I ain't got nothing to say to Bianchi about that. You know what it is.
Eddie, go ahead, man.
Oh, I appreciate the tactic, okay? The tactic is always the same. And there's nothing wrong with demonic, diabolical as it can be. You have the tendency to continue to change the subject. And if you stay on that subject, let's take it where it is. Let's take it in context, Bianchi. If you have a person that calls themselves moral, Christian, or righteous, let's use that term. And then you have another person who's supposed to be barbaric, evil, mean, and stuff like that. How do the righteous person do the same thing as the person that they call evil or barbaric or N-word? All this talk, all this stuff they say about most of the time black people and how barbaric they are, how evil they are, how violent they are. But you turn around under the banner of righteousness. Now that's what we're dealing with, under the banner of righteousness, and you turn around and do this. How do you explain that? If you stay on the subject that we're talking about, how do you do what you did today when you're righteous?
I don't need no sermon from you, but let me tell you something. You have human beings that do barbaric things. You have whites that do back. Well, you know, you asked me a question. Let me answer it. Now, I'm going to say this. You have blacks and whites that do barbaric things. The white males that was in Arkansas went into that black woman's home and looking for drugs and money, and when she said she ain't got anything, they pulled her 2 sons out and decapitated, sawed their heads off right in front of her. That's barbaric. You had Casey do something of that similar, and he was white. Them human beings. I hope that answered your question. Thank you, DJ.
Hey, Pianki, good talking to you, man. It's still a national question. Hey, Eddie, go ahead, Pianki. Eddie, go ahead and finish up. Go ahead and take Pianki off. Go ahead, Eddie.
No, I thought you were going to let Pianki go ahead and close it.
No, he's gone. He's gone. No, go ahead. What you got to say? I mean.
No, basically, we just say, again, we're talking about the same people that says that Black Lives Matter don't have a right to do what they were doing in terms of protest and marching, whether it's peaceful or not peaceful. They still label it as barbaric, violent, ignorant, all those types of names, N-word, everything when they see Black Lives Matter or any black protest since they've been protesting. Then they turn around and do not even the same thing, but at a higher level.
Let me tell you what's amazing to me. It's amazing that Pianki don't see that. And I know he sees it. And he's a smart man. He's a brilliant dude.
Yes.
I know he sees it.
Yes.
I mean, he plays this role like,
yes.
I don't, you know, this is the thing that bothers me, folks. We're going to wait because I want whoever call. I mean, we're going to get ready to go to a break. So I'll take the callers after the break. But let me say this. What bothers me is this. We always look at the bright side of evil. Evil is damn evil. It ain't no damn bright side of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit up here and tell me about no garbage about, what they did in St. Louis. I mean, they did that. What the hell they got to do what they doing right now? You got white folks on federal property, sacred ground, doing their thing, breaking out windows, destruction. And that destruction of property, I might not be the smartest guy in the campus, but damn, I thought I saw destruction of property. Jimmy, did somebody get murdered today? Damn, I saw some violence. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And no police officer ain't even know where the people on TV like, damn, where are the police officers? Where's the National Guard? Let that been black folks.
That's what we're saying, DJ. These are the same people that call us monsters or call other protesters monsters.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. We got to stay on the issue that is really the issue.
Right. Go ahead, JC.
And DJ, Pianki tries to play word games and tit for tat. The bottom line is, DJ, they overtook a federal damn building, man. A federal building. If you would have had the Black Lives Matter movement take over the federal building, we wouldn't be able to talk to none of them right now.
A federal building? We taking over a damn federal building?
The whole thing out, man.
Hell, no. Let me give you one better than that. In Minnesota, was that Seattle or Minnesota? The police department, they got taken over. Hell, they brought the National Guard in there. Hey, you ain't touching this again. Oh, here we go.
Thank you.
And you're talking about in D.C., where all the legislators are, congressmen, senators, and you're going to tell me they going to just be a white hand glove? Oh, man, it's a joke.
We never condone it. Even we never condone violence in civil protest. We never condone that. That's what I'm saying. That's what he's making it sound like. We didn't have a problem with this. That we didn't have a problem with that. Yes, we did have a problem with that.
Right, exactly. Go ahead, JC.
Go ahead.
Hey, DJ.
Yeah.
Remember how cowardly Donald Trump said the authorities were in Minnesota for letting them take over their police department?
Exactly.
Remember that?
Yes.
Remember how cowardly he said they were? Well, damn, what was today? What was today?
Hey, Eddie, what did Donald Trump say today? What did he say? He didn't say a word. He's sitting back there swinging on his own self, swinging on his own footballs, saying, oh, they love me. I'm great. That's what he's doing. He's sitting up here loving it. And then guess what? I got Bianchi want to sit up here and tell me that, hey, guys, what happened when black folks does it? Nothing. They shooting them. They killing them. They putting them in jail. They beating them. You saw what happened in Atlanta when that young girl and a young boy driving down the street in a car. They pull them out and beat them, slam them all over the place for no reason. They ain't touched a white boy up there or a white woman. So, Bianchi, that's some bull crap you talking. Hey, man, coming back, we got my man, Big T, man. We're going to get some, telling like it is from Big T coming back. Then we're going to take your calls, man. I'm in a foul mood, but guess what? I still kept my New Year's resolution. I did not call him an idiot. I didn't call nobody an idiot. Won't happen. The big fella, the big fella, the coach, and the professor. 313-778-7600. You'll be able to reach us in a minute. Coming back, my man, Big T. Right back.
Owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? If so, you may qualify for the IRS's Fresh Start program. The Fresh Start program is one of the biggest tax breaks the IRS has offered. Call Tax Group Center at 800-685-6150 to see if you qualify for the IRS's Fresh Start program. Their team of tax experts and attorneys will get you the best tax.
9:10 a.m. Hold on.
Hey, do we still have Kenny on?
Nah, you got Want More, Rick, Mustafa, and Robert.
So who should we go? What order?
Yeah, you can go with Rick first and then jump to Want More.
Rick, Want More.
And then Mustafa and Robert. Yeah, like the Lion King, yeah.
And Rick. Rick, Want More, Mustafa, and
Robert.
Wait
a minute, I got one more for you. Hold on.
Okay.
9:10 a.m. Hey, I can only do what I can. I'm here in the studio by myself. I'll get it together. Hey, DJ, add Redbone.
Oh, the lady Redbone?
Uh-huh.
Okay. We got him. Okay. So we're going to go Rick. One more. Hey, tell Kenny we're going to, this is what we're going to do. After our next break, we'll take the next break. We'll get Kenny on at the next break. After the next break. Okay,
well, Kenny is gone.
Right. I'm going to call him, make sure he get called back in. But we'll get him on at the 7:20 when we come back after the break. Can you let Kenny know that? Can you let Kenny know? All right, thank you. All right, Ray. All right, my man, I'm ready.
Okay, 1 minute.
I knew they was going to be calling in tonight.
Man, you ever talk about anything that's going on in D.C., your lines are going to be flooded. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, they need to ask Josh Holly's ass to resign.
Okay, DJ, here we go.
Let's go. Well, welcome back to the Demetrius Johnson Show, the big fella, along with the coach and the professor. Holla at your boys, man. We are at 313-778-7600. Hey, check this out. Hey, we're going to try to get all your calls in. Bring it. I'm in the mood. Bring it tonight. But that foolishness is going on in D.C. and white privilege at its highest, at its best is going on. So let me bring in the conversation my man Rick. What up, Rick?
Oh, man, sitting here listening as usual, enjoying the show. I'm getting that flavor and style of communication you want to bring. I'm sorry that you're extra upset. I stay upset. But I think that what you really bring out here was at the beginning. Pre-existing conditions. Start hearing about it with the Affordable Care Act, right? Pre-existing conditions. What we've found is, is a lot of silenced voices. There's a whole lot of gurus out there of hate, right? And they got the nerve to censure Minister Farrakhan. But the idea is all over this country, there have been little gurus of hate, teaching little groups, smaller groups and bigger groups to hate, actually out teaching them to arm in the woods, practice practice this kind of insurrection type activity. And I mean, really, it's the exploitation of the ignorant at a high level, but that's for somebody else to make that kind of declaration. But I do want to say that we have to have a strategy for addressing that stuff going forward. I don't want those voices silenced. I don't want 5,000 people to feel some kind of way about me and my people and with their miseducation. I want to know. So my thing would be, trying to how we go forward and addressing these issues better so that this can't happen. We're in a country where it's a battle between the rule of law and justice, right? And I understand that, we're giving both men, in other words, the guy cracking the whip on your back is getting the same play as you say, oh, my back hurt from the whips you putting on my back. He's getting the same play for his sore arm, his elbow from having to whack you over and over and over again, right? And so it's a mismatch of comparisons, and we got to break through that fog, man. And it's going to be a necessary thing going forward if we're to have some kind of country that can get anything done. It's going to be necessary, and it's going to have to be some truth facing. And part of that truth facing again is just like you said at the beginning, pre-existing conditions, and one of them are silenced voices. We've been sitting here, we've been crying, we've been complaining, and there's no records. There's really no, oh, well, let's just go past that. And that's what we got. And I'll just leave it there, because if I go on, I will certainly start talking about the COVID-19. Okay.
Hey, Rick. Hey, man, let me tell you this. Very astute call tonight. Thank you, big man. Appreciate it, Rick. Look forward to talking to you on Monday, man. Thank you so much. Let's go to my man. This is my man here. My man, Brother Want More. What up, Brother Want More?
Hey, good evening there, DJ. I noticed something you said about evil is evil, correct?
Yes, sir. I did say that.
Okay. Now, when they give you a president and tell you to choose from the two lesser evils, instead of you saying, well, give me a third choice, because you're going to get the same thing for Biden, just a little bit less. Now, watch this. Everybody saw what happened today, but everybody took it a different way. So that's why you have to listen to everybody. I took it this way. That's white-on-white crime. We ain't in that fight, and I'm going to tell you why. White men make the law, they break the law to benefit them. Let them fight it out. Now, when someone does something to America from another country, when have the United States went over there and protested?
Right.
You see, but when somebody do something to blacks over here, they want you to just protest. Now, I commend Donald Trump, and I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me.
Donald, if you play the video, Ghetto Boys, damn, you're so good to be a gangster. They showed every president. Donald Trump is the baddest gangster that ever walked the face of the earth. And the reason why I say that, white folks fight for what they want. How many white pastors you see run out there? How many white deacons say, y'all go home? Only black deacons say that. Only the black church say that. That's why we never got nothing, and we'll never get nothing. We better learn from what these white people is doing. They will take it to their grave to fight for what they believe in. We don't. We're going to believe that black church.
Let me ask you. Deacon, one more. So let's say we get 30 black churches in Detroit, and we go up there and take over the federal building. What the hell you think gonna happen? We try to take over the federal building. 30 black churches. We go over there. Wait a minute. Wait. We go and fight. Wait. We go and fight for what we want, and we go up to Washington, D.C. and go take over the federal building. What's gonna happen, brother? What's gonna happen?
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. First of all, we scare our people. The first thing we say, if we'd have went, they'd have killed us. How do we know until we go? How can we go to D.C. when we lost the city of Detroit and we can't even fight for our city? No, you cannot leave. You cannot leave home to fight if you can't fight at home.
Oh, I can see that. Now, one thing I would agree. Hey, brother, one more. I agree with this. I agree. If you can't fight on your own ground, you shouldn't be out there trying to fight for nobody else if you can't fight for your own. I agree with that. I will agree with you on that.
Well, everybody saw what happened. Everybody want to say if we'd have went to D.C. I tell you what, all these black people, get your own black church right now and go downtown Detroit and get your city back. That's what you need to do. See, white folks don't believe in that religion shit. I'm sorry for saying that.
Hey, you can't be cursing on the radio, man. Quit that. You can't do that.
I'm sorry. But they don't believe in that. Because how many pastors, white pastors, you seen went out there and told them people to go home? Not one. Now watch this. Did you see them white people take the riot shields from the police? They took it from them.
But if you listen to Bianchi, he's talking about it was just the freedom of speech.
That's what I'm saying. But you took them.
But look here, man. But what we're telling you one more is this.
I understand what y'all saying.
Okay, well, I mean, but you're talking. These are apples and grapes. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same, man. So don't make the comparison. Now you're being unfair trying to make a comparison that ain't even fair.
I heard you say about Rodney King, and watch this.
Go ahead.
The Rodney King beating. You know what I took from Rodney King beating?
What's that?
Why didn't any other people say the reason why he kept moving? They said, well, they kept beating him because he kept moving. He kept moving because he knew that stick hurt.
Well, hold on. Black folks said he was moving because the stick was hurting him, trying to protect himself. White folks saying he was trying to rebel against him. That's what happened. So come on, man. We had the same thought process as you want more.
No. I'm with you on that part about.
Okay, but I'm saying this, man. But you're making statements that ain't even fair. Because.
Okay, but didn't I explain to you at the beginning? Everybody took something different from what they saw today.
Yeah, no, I understand, but the general statement that you made. Okay, let me just make the general statement you made. Okay. You made the statement saying, okay, why we need to go and fight, or the Detroit guys better not go there and fight. But the commonality is this. Listen.
I didn't say go fight.
Well, whatever you said. The commonality is this. They treat black folks differently in all phases, man.
I know that.
Okay, then. So we got to look at it differently. That's why we look at it differently. Because we're treated differently, man.
What are we going to do, though, DJ?
That's what are we going to do? I look at it different than you. You got your own brain in your head, right? I got my own brain in my. I'm telling you what I saw and what I took from.
Hey, but somebody getting beat up and getting their ass whooped, I think that's a common deal we both will agree with. I mean, you may look at Rodney King getting beat with the stick as a party.
They're not going to fight them white people. You know why?
All right.
They part of it.
Hey, one more.
The white police is part of it.
Hey, okay, one more. Hey, look here. One more. Thanks for calling, man. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you next week. Hey, let me go. Go ahead, Eddie. What you about to say?
No, I was just going to ask, what is he going to do, or what should we do, or how should we do it?
That's the question.
And brother and Deacon Patel was right. What are we going to do? And he had a pretty good strategy. He said, okay, sit back. But if we don't plan, or we don't talk, or we don't communicate, we don't sit back and do what? And wait who the winner, or whoever comes out the winner. Still, what are we going to do? Regardless of what happened, regardless of what's going on, what are we going to do?
I agree. Let's go to the call.
Important question out there.
All right, let's go to Mustafa. Mustafa, what's up, man? You on air?
I'm listening, and the best thing I can come up with is the brother Fidel had the best thing that I done heard. But in saying that, if you don't have no army to protect it, all of us ain't doing nothing but just blowing smoke, wasting time, and ain't protecting our kids and the next generation. The brother came on and said he didn't see this as a peaceful protest. I think, again, Fidel said it. It's going to come from your own. We have no fight in this, meaning this. DJ, you just said, if there was a bunch of black folks, they would, at worst, be thrown in jail, if not killed. White folks do what they want. We know that. Everybody know that coming out their mama's womb. So, I mean, it's so much of a complex topic that I feel like I'm going mentally insane because we're talking about the same thing and we don't do nothing different. Majority of the people just celebrated Christmas. They see white folks acting a fool, and Reverend Momo say, ain't no white deacon told them to go home, but your black's going to be your worst enemy. What can you do? The gentleman just asked, what do we do? What can we do? Let me ask him that.
Go ahead, you ask. Eddie?
I think, in my opinion, number one, we got to come to a point that our greatest weapon is their weapon, and that is the law, right? Every time something like somebody, I'm just put like, let me know. Here's what I'm saying. Every time something like this happens, and I think DJ mentioned the O.J. Simpson. Do you know how many laws O.J. Simpson case changed? You know how many laws every time? You know what I'm going. What I'm saying. So you got to use their strategy against them. For example, someone asked me the other day, okay, what is it that the Asians, the Jews, the Africans, the Hispanics, what is it that they are doing that we are not doing? Or even include some white. What is it that they are doing that we are not doing? Right? Right? We got to know what they're doing something because they're not in the same situation that we are in, right? And one of the things that they do is that they work within the law to get everything they need. And the proven fact is, look how comfortable they are living in the United States.
Well, hold on. Hey, Professor.
Look how uncomfortable we are.
Okay, but let me say this, Professor. I don't agree with they work within the law because they create the law and they make the law and they interpret the law with all independence that they want. So, hold on. Right. So when you say they work within the law, I disagree with you because we've seen Rodney King get his ass beat, right? We've seen the young girl get murdered in her apartment.
Already, DJ, you can't say that word on the
radio. Oh, I'm sorry. We've seen that, right? We've seen all those things, right? But don't sit up here and say the law, they work within the, because they hold on, time out. They interpret the law the way they interpret the law, and then guess what? And guess what sometimes these judges say, and JC and I had this conversation with Jeff. You remember this, Jeff, what he said? The judge said, in my opinion. Right. Yeah, in my interpretation. Right. In my interpretation. In my opinion.
Why don't the black judge say that about his own people that come in there? And DJ, you right. When we get majority of black people saying, let's whip some ASS,
right?
Not against your own people, but against your true enemy, then you're going to get something done. Everything else is premature, immature BS.
All right, my man. Hey, Mustafa, thanks for your call, man. Go ahead, Eddie.
Thank you for the call. Thank you. What I'm trying to say is notice that all the movements throughout history, I'm looking at history. History is best qualified to reward all research. We look at history and look what worked and didn't work. Number one, everything that Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they were talking about how you address the law. And every issue that is our issue is lawful. They would enslave us lawfully. They had Jim Crow laws lawfully. They said all the shootings that have taken place were taking place lawfully, from Trayvon Martin to Brown kid, the young lady. I can go on and on and on. Everything they do was lawfully.
But
done.
Okay, I understand. But okay, all right, okay. Before we go to the next call, let me make this point. JC, maybe you can jump in on this one before we go to the next call. This is what I'm saying. You're right. Everything they did was lawful. That was their law. They used the law to do everything they said. That's what you're saying, right? Mm-hmm. Let's break it down in an elementary conversation. You're saying everything that was happening was done because of the law, right? But they created the laws. Mm-hmm. Then they interpret the law the way they want to interpret it. Hold on. How many times you've seen cases, people go to a court and think that you know what the law is saying. Your lawyer is interpreting what the law say, and guess what? Who has the final decision on what they think interpretation means? Although it says the same thing. If you walk across the street on a red light and traffic is coming, the chances you're getting hit. But you do it anyway. Well, no, that don't quite work that way. When they create the law, they manufacture the law, they interpret the law, they imply the law. So don't tell me about the law, because the law has been proven that it don't work. It works in the behalf of the people that is working in.
Recourse.
Say what?
You asked me the recourse.
Yes.
Right? You asked me the recourse.
Yeah, I did ask you that.
I guess that's what our listeners said the same thing. What is our recourse? I'm saying, and I'm looking at history in terms of what has changed.
But the law, but how many laws has been? Let me ask you a question, man. Now you're the professor, right? How many laws has truly benefited us? That we got the maximum. Hold on. That we got the maximum benefit. Let me ask you a question. You're an educator, right? You're a professor. This is what you do. How many laws that has been put on the books that we get the maximum opportunity to benefit black folks? Okay, let me go to you. Let's go to you, Jimmy. You had something before we go to the next call?
Well, again, we talk about the law all the time, but many times when you get in a court of law, the judge interprets the law for himself. In the Shockey case, the judge said, in my interpretation, and my opinion. So even if the law is there, he still put his opinion in there to get the officer not convicted. He said, in my opinion, after the law, he didn't even use the law. He just said it was his opinion.
After the law, you can be re-enslaved lawfully by the stroke of a pen.
We understand that.
I'm not saying.
But let me ask you a question. Hey, before we get, let me ask you this question. Okay, we understand that, but let me ask you a question.
Lawfully hold them accountable.
I guarantee there's black folks that live in this country feel they still are in slavery, how they've been treated. Okay? They've never seen slavery, but slavery is relative of how they've been treated to them in their lifetime because they didn't live in a slavery time. But in their mindset, they treated badly and everything else. Go ahead, Jimmy. Go ahead, Jimmy.
And let me show you how they set this up.
Hold up, Eddie.
In that same shot, hold on. In that same Shockey case, they set the whole thing up. You couldn't hold him accountable because guess what he did? He was going to retire. So they gave it to a judge. Hell, you couldn't hold him accountable after he said, it's in my opinion. He retired.
Right. My opinion, I'm retired. All right. No, let me, hold on. Hey, Eddie, let's go. Hold on. Let's go back. No, hold on. No, let's go back to the phone calls. Let me go back to the calls, man. Come on, Robert. Come on in. Oh, we're going to take a break, man. We got to give our callers an opportunity. So we're going to do a little more controlled here. I'm going to go you, JC, you, Eddie. Then we're going to get our callers because we got to keep our callers in. Hey, Robert, coming back, and my girl Redbone, we got you. Stay locked and loaded. The big fella, the coach, and the professor. Holla at your boys. 313-778-7600. Bring it on. It's hot tonight, folks. If y'all want to get in the kitchen, don't put on an apron. The big fella, right back. How we doing there, man?
Okay, DJ?
Yes, sir, Michael.
All right, let's see.
We got Robert and Redbone.
Yep, and then after that, you got Bruce and Rico.
Okay, Bruce and Rico. Okay.
Yeah, and want more call back to reply to the question that he was asked.
Okay, that's cool. So we're going to go Robert, Redbone, Bruce, Rico, and want more.
There you go.
Okay, big dog. Way to keep this thing moving, man.
We try to make it do what it do over here.
I appreciate it. How you liking the show?
Good, man. It's moving right along just the way I like it.
I know that's right, man. And, I ain't had no problem tonight, so let me keep my fingers crossed.
That's right. We're going to keep it going. We ain't even going to put it out there.
I know that's right, big dog. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it.
Hey, no doubt. We got 1 minute.
Okay, cool.
That's cool. So, pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid. Your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's Independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-556-7791.
Independence U for an independent you.
Call 1-800-556-7791.
Hey, Michael, welcome back to the Demetrius Johnson, the big fella. Let that play. You know I need to let that play a little more. I need to let that play because it settled my spirit down. We are one. I'm trying to be one today, man. We're trying to bring this country together. Although a bunch of white folks go to D.C. and just do what the hell they want to do, no pressure on them, no arrest, no nothing. No federal police beating them up. No pepper spray. No freaking, smoke bombs. No nothing. But they want us to be one. Oh, kumbaya. Go ahead, Frankie. Just tell them we're one, man. Because that's what they want. But they don't want one, folks. Oh, yeah, they do want one. They want one white country where white folks do what the hell they want to do and black folks don't have nothing to say. I don't understand. Thank you, Frankie. Thank you, Big Mike, for that playing that. Appreciate it, man. All right, man. Let's go back to the phone line. Let's go with my man, Robert. Robert, what you got, man?
Hey, good evening.
How you doing, man?
Okay. Thank you for bringing me some Redbone anyway. But listen, the last 6 cats that you had on your show, plain retarded.
Let's talk about
it. The reason why I say that, I'm not even going there because you had calmed down, because you had me worked up. Anyway, when you have a mobilization for people that say they're going to rally or something like that, and like everybody keep talking about black people need to go and protest and stuff like that. See, the reason why that's never going to happen for black people, because all the white person got to do is say, listen, I got $3,000-$4,000 for you to tell me what they're doing. Because if you go back in history, the same people that they used to infiltrate to kill Malcolm X, the same people that they used for Martin Luther King, it's always a black person. All you got to do is put money up, and a nigga sell his soul. Okay? Plain and simple. Okay? So what happened in Washington, D.C., is basically what you consider devil is. Because we already know we can't do nothing like that.
Exactly.
We couldn't even mobilize nothing to go to something like that. Because if you're talking about, like the guy talking about, oh, let's get 30 churches and do this, you're not going to get 30 preachers to do anything good. Because first and foremost, out of them 30 preachers, somebody's going to be like, oh, he got a better suit than mine. See, that's
oh,
the
my
thing.
God.
Everybody, hey, it's about money.
What DJ?
Hold on. Hold up.
Hey, DJ.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Go
ahead, Robert. Hold on, Robert. Go ahead, JC. What you got to say?
You got a million. You got a million black men to go to D.C. They just didn't take over the federal government. Minister Farrakhan got a million black men to go to D.C. So don't say it can't be done.
Well, no. See, when you're talking about something like that, when you have to really look at history. Like the other guy was talking about, when are we going to make a movement? The movement is that we are never going to stick together, regardless.
Right.
We can talk and hoop and holler and pray. Me myself, I'm partially towards some of how the Republicans are, because we give away stuff. Get up off your butt and go to work. Okay.
But hey, Rick, I think Robert, I'm sorry. I think you're making a general statement. I get up every day and go to work. Coach go to work every day. Eddie professor go to work every day. So you got men that goes to work every day. I don't think it's fair to generalize that everybody don't work. I know some bum ass black men and some bum ass black women, but I'm not going to say every black man and every black woman don't do that. No. That's truly unfair.
I'm not just saying that. I'm just saying because most people just don't want to work.
But you can't say that. You don't have no statistical facts to say that most people don't want to work. I think a lot of people want to work. I think most people would want to work. There's some people just bums, ain't gonna do nothing but live off a woman or live off a man. But I think most people do probably want to work.
The reason why I said that is because if you're always giving something, why go to work?
But see, okay, I hear you. See, now you're talking like my girl Taylor. You know, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. But when they hold on, time out, Robert. When they take education away from, when they dummy down education, when they take the resources out of your school system, when they redline you where you can't get loans, where you can't get a meaningful job, you know, to take care of your family. I mean, those are things that's involved that you got to deal with on a constant basis.
And that is true. That is so true. That is so true. You know, but I still think that, you know, the way that this is going today is horrible.
I agree.
Know what I'm saying? Because,
I agree.
You know, there's no way in the world that if we could have mobilized, we could have probably mobilized that many people, but for us going in there to say we're going to storm the Capitol, you'd have been shot before.
Oh, they just shot them coming down the street. They weren't going to get to the Capitol. Don't trust me.
You wouldn't even get to the Capitol to protest.
Hey, Robert.
Because they already.
Hey, Robert, make sure you give me a call again, man. Call us Monday. We'll be back Monday. Thank you for the call. Great call, Robert.
Okay.
My man. Let's go and talk to my girl, Redbone. What up, Redbone?
I'm glad to be back on the air, baby. Now, you know, you did say to call me back 2 Mondays ago.
I did, baby. You didn't tell me. You must got you another man. You must got you another man.
No,
you didn't want me.
Baby. No,
you didn't want the big fella.
Baby, no, I got caught with that COVID. But anyway.
Oh, I'm so glad you're okay. You okay?
Yeah, man, I'm taking it one day at a time. Oh, listen. Redbone ain't about to leave yet. I ain't checking out yet. I ain't got too much mess. I got more mess to start and finish.
I know that's right.
So anyway, but what I wanted to tell you, with all these other listeners and all this other stuff that they talking, all this stuff, man, bottom line, I would love to go pick my.
You love to do what? What did she say?
Yeah, it looks like the call dropped, Redbone. Just give us a call back.
All right, give me a call back, Redbone. You drop, baby. Let's go talk to my man, Bruce. What would you got, Bruce?
What's up, big fella, and your co-host?
We're trying to make it work, Bruce. Get what you got, big dog.
You know what? It amazed me. I really don't know where to start. How our people, how we view things, and how we talk against one another. And one thing I will agree with the previous callers, because it's not much, because a lot of this stuff I really don't understand. To me, it's like a dog chasing his tail. You ever see a dog chase his tail? Don't make sense to me.
Right.
Now, one thing I will agree.
Hey, DJ, we can go back to Redbone after Bruce.
Gotcha.
Each other, because it just shows the savage behavior of some people that always have the nerve to fix their mouth and call other folks inhuman, 3/5 of a human being. We don't view them as human. This is savagery. They scaled the wall. They came. They broke B&E up in the building, and then what they did, they allowed them to walk out under their own power.
Exactly.
They escorted those out. If that was us, they would have had zip ties for more than enough of y'all to zip tie y'all twice.
Right.
And so it's just, I like to see it because, see, white people need to see it because they live in that false narrative that everything is good and grand, but then when they encounter me and you, they have the nerve to act like they're afraid. They have a documented history of murder, kidnapping, lynching, and almost exterminating a whole group of people, the Native Americans. And I heard somebody say it may have been Pianki, and I'm not calling him out, but he said when they went to Colorado and they took down the American flag and put up the other flag, I think it could have been Mexican flag or some other nation.
Right.
Hell, this wasn't their land to begin with, so they stole this land.
I know that's
they
right.
stole this land. So, and then they'll make movies calling Indians savages because they're trying to protect their own land. So I like to see this because it shows just the savagery, the inhumanity, and what's even worse, look, black people, we are a beautiful people. Before Barack Obama, we had 43 out of 44 presidents white. And white people can't take an L. Donald Trump can't take an L. White folks can't take an L. That is white privilege. It's like thumb-sucking brats. Everything has to go your way.
I know that's right. Hey.
It's pitiful and it's sad, and what's even worse, the team,
Hold on.
they'll call in with that nonsense and that battling, which just really is not amounting to anything. You know, the same thing. I don't care what topic we have, it's going to amount to basically the same rhetoric. You know what? And like the guy said, how we do need to approach it is through the laws. But I do disagree with the comparison, because just like I told you previously, I don't make comparisons among races, but that's just an individual decision, because the only time I do make comparisons is when it's on the playing field, because I know the rules are the same. The rules are the same in life. They have laws on the books, but they're still not enforced when it comes to black lives.
I know that's right.
You know, so we do have to have a strategy
Hey.
and an agenda. And so for people to catch so much hell, black folks, what's your agenda?
Hey,
we
Bruce.
don't even have an agenda, because it is sad that we got an 80-some%
Right.
city and we got a white mayor.
Hey, Bruce, let me do this. Let me bring my man JC. You had a comment on that. Then I'm going to let you comment on it. We're going to end back up with Bruce.
Yeah. Well. Now go ahead. Let Bruce finish. I have something a little outside the box, so I'll wait.
All right, Eddie, you got something on it?
Yeah, I just want to note with for Bruce is, again, everything that I said was answering the question as it relates to what we're going to do. I am totally with you in terms of what are we going to do. And I just want to note just one thing. It's going to take me 2 seconds to do it. If we look at what they did today, in their mind, and you correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, any listener can call me in and correct me at any time. I challenge that every day and any day. They did that because they called what they were doing today lawful.
Yep.
They really think in their mind that that was lawful for what they did, and they had the legal right to do what they did today. In their mind, whether it's right or wrong, in their mind, they believe they were legally right to do what they did.
I agree.
And like I said before, every police that got off for their murder of a black person or anybody, they get off lawfully. Slavery ended lawfully. Black codes ended lawfully. Jim Crow ended lawfully. Desegregation ended lawfully. Denying blacks their rights to vote ended lawfully. Discrimination, housing discrimination ended lawfully. Everything, school integration ended lawfully. Everything ended lawfully. All the killings that were taking place from Trayvon Martin to Tamir Rice. Let me finish. Last one. The last one. Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Breonna Taylor, Freddie Gray, the whole 9 yards. All of them, according to them, were killed lawfully.
All right, go ahead, Jimmy.
But it goes back to what me and DJ said. Yeah, that law is two different laws. Those federal laws don't protect us, brother. They don't protect us.
That's what we say.
That's what me and DJ said. So
Right.
it ain't gonna end lawfully for us.
Right, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to talk. We want to talk about what happened in D.C. Let's talk about several months ago what happened in Michigan, where the white man.
90%.
Wait a minute. Where the what?
90% of every congressman in every state is a lawyer. Go look it up.
Okay.
Go look it up.
But that ain't the point. Hold on. We're not. But hold on, Eddie. Hold on. We're not saying it ain't law. We're not saying it ain't the law. We're not saying that. We're saying the law is interpreted differently toward black folks. That's what I'm saying.
We got to fight it. That's been our only reason. Telling you history.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Tell me how many times Supreme Court is reversed stuff.
You history.
Come on, man. Now he done stacked the damn Supreme Court. Hold on. Hey, hold on, man.
Why would he stack the debt?
Why do you think he want to stack the debt? He want to win the game. He want to win the game in his hand with these white folks. That's why. He want all the things. Come on, man. Quit it. Let's go. Hold on.
You just said something about the white.
Hold on, hey, man. Hey, look here. Let me see if my man. Hey. Hold on. Hey, Bruce.
Yeah.
I got to give you the MVP of the night call, man. That was a great call you made, man.
One other thing. I do agree that it was adjudicated in a court of law, but murder is murder. I don't care what uniform, if it's Brooks Brothers or a blue uniform with a black badge. When you shoot an unarmed man, 7 times in the back, that's murder. When you hang somebody in a jail like that sister in Texas, that's murder. So it was adjudicated, and we could put the fancy words, laws, but like you said, the laws don't apply equally.
That's right.
But we do have to change that because they murdering us with impunity, they without any repercussion. So it's unlawful, but it's under the guise of the so-called law. It was adjudicated in the court system, but it was unlawful. Murder is murder. I don't care what you put on your uniform or what. Murder is murder.
Hey, Bruce, you my MVP tonight, big dog. Thank you for the MVP call, man.
Yep.
That's my man, Bruce. He's right. He's on this game tonight. Let's go back to my girl, Redbone. Come on, Redbone. Why you leaving me?
Hey, baby, you know, Redbone been bad. Redbone said some stuff that she shouldn't have said. Redbone forgot that she was on the radio.
Yeah, baby, you can't say that, Redbone. You're going to get us all in trouble.
I know. Hey, look. Lord, no, tell Jesus I'm going to try to be a better person, okay?
Okay. I think Jesus hear you.
But I know he does. I hope he does. Well, anyway, we talking about you tonight, DJ, okay, baby?
What you got?
We talking about you. But the bottom line is, all of this foolishness that's going around up there at the Capitol, man, let a black man go up there and try to climb through a window.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We understand. We understand laws. We know the laws, but the damn laws don't stick to us like they like to do to white folks. I mean, we get pounded by the law. They don't.
Anyway, no. If you knock on my door, my chihuahua is gonna come for you. You ain't even gotta break the window.
Right.
But you know what? All this goes down to, and I think a lot of people really don't see the big picture because they're ignorant. And I'm not saying, people need to look up the word ignorant, because he wants attention. This is nothing more than anything. He wants attention until January 20th at 12 o'clock p.m. He wants all the attention he can get until then. It has nothing about the reason why he was trying to start like a mini war against Iraq is because if people knew the Constitution, this is why you got to read that a sitting president that's at a war, starts war, will not be removed. But see, this is the bottom line. That's why Ava DuVernay talking about the 13th. Everybody talks about the number 2, the Article 2 of the Constitution. We got the right to we got the right to bear arms. Mm-hmm. But there's so much more to it. And it's just so, and the sad thing is that this is what is the cult of personality. When these people just sit here, this man could tell them he could tell them the moon is purple. And they will see
no doubt about
and they will follow him.
No doubt.
But DJ.
Yeah.
He don't care nothing about them.
None.
That's his base. He don't care nothing about. They're uneducated.
None.
They're not. Look, are they gonna get an invite tomorrow, Lago?
That won't happen. He ain't even taking their ass. He ain't even buying their ass a sandwich. From 7-Eleven. He ain't doing nothing. Hey, Redbone.
DJ, me and this girl I grew up with, I'm black, she's white. We go back and forth all the time. And I said, and this is kind of mean, but I'm one of them people that I'm one of them people. But
okay.
So I said, well, I know you do anything that your God says you to do. And he's not my God. Da, 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 da. So you know what I responded?
What was that?
I said, you mad? With 3 question marks behind it.
I know that's right.
You can't come for Redbone. You can't come for Redbone.
I know. Hey, Redbone, I ain't coming at you. I'm on your team. I'm glad you're on my team. And I look forward to call. You need to call on Monday, all right? I'll be back Monday. Make sure you hit me up, okay? All right, babe. Thank you, Redbone. Let's go, my man Rico. What up, Rico?
What up, DJ?
What's going on, Rico?
Now, you ask what these people going by. These people going by education. And that's their status quo and status in life, man. All the facts and true things they can find to base themselves upon. I mean, you don't see white people going off the fad, you know what I'm saying, just making stuff up out of emotion, man. These people fact-driven.
You know what? That makes sense. So what do we do then? Rico, what do we do, big man?
What do we do? We educate. If they're going by education, you ask what is the African and all these people they educating. They come to this country based off their education.
Now, I got to give you something.
Making a living for themselves.
I got to give you something, Rico. You're right about that. See, one thing I got to get those foreigners coming in, they come in and they do who get the education. They do that. I mean, that's one thing you got to give them credit for. Now, I'm not going to say, all of them, but the majority of them coming in doing that.
Yeah. That's why you see all kinds of black people that's untouchable and stuff, where education is everything, and they living good. You know what I'm saying? And their life is okay.
You're right, Rico.
You know what I'm saying? Because they fact driven.
Yeah.
They fact driven, and their education was their status quo.
No, that's right. We got to make education our status quo too, man. Hey, Rico, thanks for calling, big man. I'll talk to you next Monday. All right, man?
Thank you.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go. We got Brother Want More still there. He wanted to comment on what you said, Doc.
Yeah, he wanted to ask. No, he wanted to ask me something, but you had me off the air.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Eddie, you wanted to ask Brother Want More something. He's back.
I don't recall. Go ahead and pass. I'll pass on that. I'm like you there.
I think you said he wanted to ask me what can we do,
Oh, that was a general question. Yes. Well, I mean, what would you suggest we do? What would you do?
What I suggest we do, what we've seen today, should be the best educational we could ever learn, other than since Donald Trump first ran in office. All we heard, Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. The Democrat has never once went to them and said, let's talk about helping poor people in this country. Every day, Donald Trump. Let's spend 30 days talking about helping poor people in this country. 30 days. Democrat has never, since we had Democrats, ever talked about poor black people. Always the Mexican coming across the border. Always that. They don't care about poor black people. This is why you get black people acting a fool. They're not going to just sit down and just take it.
Well, I got to disagree with you on that, brother. One more.
Well,
I got to disagree with you because, you know what I'm saying? I'm disagreeing with you because factually, we have sat around and take it. You know what I'm saying? You say we don't want to take it, but we have. We sit around and get our butts kicked 24/7. We don't stand for nothing. We don't go to, you know what? Nobody ain't really giving Stacey Abrams a lot of credit, guys. She made the movement in Atlanta. She went to schools. She went to churches. She went to everything. She was the one who really changed that whole dynamic in Atlanta. But nobody is giving her that much credit. I had nobody sit up there and praise it. Now, the folks who got elected, those two Democrats, they should be calling her and say, hey, look here. What can we do for you? Because she made it conscientious to go out there and vote. She made it a priority for folks to vote. Hey, brother, one more. We'll talk to you Monday, man. Thank you for the call, big dog. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying, Eddie? So I want you and JC to comment on that. We saw the tragedy today. And what kills me, I can't, for whatever reason, I just can't get out of my mind, Bianchi is giving them a pass and trying to make sure that, hey, he didn't do nothing wrong, JC. I want you to comment on that. That's ridiculous for Bianchi to do that.
That's their platform. If you notice, anytime you talk, especially black Republicans, they always say, let me just ask you all this. If you make up a test on your own, an exam in my class, if you make up your own test, who's going to fail it? Nobody's going to fail a test they make up themselves. So when they speak, they're speaking on something like you and I agree that in Chicago 300 people were killed this week. Okay, we don't like that. We condemn that, right? We don't condone it. So, but they'll stick to that one issue and forget the issue in D.C. and talk about everything else that happened that we agree with.
Right.
And think that they're saying something super great or this, that, and the other. It's ridiculous, man. It's like the caller's been saying. We're going in circles. Realistically, we're going in circles. We need to have a plan. All I am saying that everything that did change, historically, everything that did change, it changed because we had to change the law or we had to influence the law. And when I need to say this last thing. When you were talking about the people that are coming in this country, you say that the rules or the law and stuff like that, the comment that I made. What I'm saying is they stay out the way. When I worked in the prison system, I very seldom, in fact, in 6 years, I never saw an Asian in prison. I worked in the prison system for 6 years, the jails and the prison. Never saw an Asian person in jail, right? The only people I saw in jail, for the most part, were Latinos and blacks.
Are there any Asians in jail? Hey, you know what? I never seen a damn Asian get pulled over by the police. Damn.
I'm not saying they don't do anything.
I ain't saying they don't do nothing illegal, but I've never seen one get pulled over. That is weird. How in the hell I never see an Asian get pulled over by the police?
But I'm asking.
That's weird.
What I'm saying is we have to know what it is and how did y'all get the stores? How did you all the Arabs? How did you get all the gas stations? How did you get all the banks? How did you get all this? How did you get all that? How we got an 80% city and don't own anything?
That's what's sad. Go ahead, JC. Go ahead, JC.
Well, DJ, I wasn't surprised at what happened today in D.C. I'm more concerned about how Beyonce tried to justify it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's what scares me.
That's crazy.
And to further state that, two things, and I want to make a point earlier. The first point being, no black Republicans, DJ, no thousands of black Republicans could have went up to the Capitol and did what they did today.
Not in a million years. No black nothing could have went over and did that. It ain't nowhere in the world they would have black folks breaking out windows. Now, right there's a threat.
But we know that.
Hold on. Hold on, Eddie. Hold on, Doc. Let me talk. Right there is a threat. See, so you're talking about imminent threat. That's an imminent threat right there. When you go and you break out a window. Now, I don't know what your mindset is, what you're going to do to me. If you're breaking out windows, that means you're in a violent mode, a rage, that anything can happen. So why did they take the high road? They got white boys sitting in there with his damn foot up on the desk, chilling, and allowing, all this other stuff and saying, hey, I'm in Nancy Pelosi's office with a sign. Come on, man.
Because lawfully, they don't have to respond to that. That's what I'm saying, like you said earlier about the law, right? It doesn't apply to everybody equally, right? We have to hold them accountable for that law, that what you do to this person, you got to do that person. However, the way the law is set up, they got that wiggle room. They have that wiggle room. They have that wiggle room to be able to walk into that place with arms and take over the Capitol. Whatever they did in their mind is that they did it lawfully.
Well, hold on. How is that? See, hold on. Man, give the listening audience before we get out of here. 313-778-7600. That's the call-in number you want. 313-778-7600. Let me make sure. When you say lawfully, tell me what is lawful. What is that? Break that down to the simplest form. What does lawful mean? So we know, because it can't mean what I'm thinking you're saying is meaning.
Okay, that within the law, the way it is written, like we said before, like if a black guy is threatened and he defends himself, he's going to jail, right? If a white guy is afraid or he defends himself and kill the black guy, he gets off scot-free. You take George Zimmerman. You let that guy leave the jail that night. No person, human being in this country that's black will tell you they would have left that jail.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hey, my man, Michael, my man, Troy Tisdale, he says he's just trying to call. The phone is just ringing. Let's see if we can get one call in before we get out of here. If we can get my man Troy on 313-778-7600. We're going to try to get you on real quick. We ain't got a number in a few minutes. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Well, Doc said something about the law. The law. Well, the biggest push the last 4 years has been what? Black folks.
Yeah, the lines is open. You can call in.
Get out and do what? Vote. Well, guess what? We done that now. We done that. The vote went up 30% in Georgia. 30% more black folks voted in Georgia yesterday than they did in the presidential election.
Right.
So now, black folks, the only way you can change laws is to vote and get the people in there to get the laws changed. We done that. Let's see what changed.
All right. Hey, but you saying the white folks who did what they did today. Hey, Troy, you can call 313-778-7600. It's open. The line is open. You said this. You said law. They did what they thought was lawful, right? I mean, thinking lawful mean within the law, right, Eddie? Right, Doc?
Let me tell you. Can I just sum it up like this?
Yeah, just give me the explanation of it.
They are They are the law because they wrote the law.
Okay,
right?
so
the
my
only way
question.
You want to be someone.
Okay, so my question to you. Okay, Troy, call in now, man. I'm gonna get your call. All right, so my question to you is this: you're telling me them breaking out a window, breaking down doors, that was lawful for them? They knew it was not against the law. I'm asking you that.
I knew you would say that.
But that's what you said.
Real quick.
I'm just repeating what you said.
In their mind, look, I want you to replay the tape, and everybody in the audience will tell you. I said, in their mind.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm asking you. I hear all that, but I'm asking you: was that lawful what they did? I don't care what the hell their mind said. Hell, my mind tell me I can fly, but I can't.
And you do it.
Right.
If you believe that, DJ.
Right, but
if you believe that,
but no, hold on. See, I think you get what I think you missing up. And now you're the professor now, right?
I guarantee if you
Now hold up. Now you're the professor, but I think you're getting this mixed up here now. I think you're mixing this point up. I don't think they thought it's lawful. It's their right to do it. I mean, if it's the law, they can do it by the law. You know what they did? They're saying
the law would allow them
no. You know what they're saying? This is our right to do whatever. Forget the law. Put the law out of here.
Okay.
Law don't mean nothing. I have the right to do whatever I want because I'm white.
Gotcha.
I'm privileged.
I yield to that. I give you that.
But that's what it did. Because if you talk about they knowing the law, they look at the law, they know the law saying you're vandalizing a government property, federal government property. So what they did.
The way the law is written, what I'm saying to you is an out
right.
and an in every law. Absolutely. That's why you go to court. If there wasn't an in and out of the law, then there was no need to go to court. A murder, as the guy said, as my last word, and I'll be quiet. The guy said earlier, if murder is murder, then why do we go to court?
Okay.
We go to court because the ins and outs, there's a loophole in every
Okay, so
law.
tell me, what would have been the loophole? I'm going to ask you a question. You're the professor now. This is what you do. What in the hell the loophole in this one? I break out, I trespass on federal government property. I go in there and I create a threat. I break out the window. I have a gun.
They did it.
I ain't saying they didn't do it. I'm trying to, you're the educator. I'm not. Tell me what the loophole is.
Why did they do it?
Tell me the loophole, man.
The only reason.
No, the only reason why they do it, you know why they do it? It ain't it ain't the law. You know why? You know what it is? Because they feel privileged. We do whatever we want, whenever we want. And you know what they say about the law? The law means nothing to them.
What did you just say, DJ? You say they do whatever they want to do.
And they take the law out. It ain't got nothing to do with the law. They don't even pay no damn attention to the law.
Who do you think God is?
Huh?
Who do you think God is? Who do you think the law is?
Oh, so you're saying the white folks are God?
In their mind.
Oh, okay. They walking on water? Well, I'm going to call a couple of my white buddies and see if they can go and change some water to wine.
Dude.
And go down. Let's go down to the Mississippi and see if they can open up and I can walk across the East St. Louis.
And told them that they were God.
Who told them they were God? There you go.
He told them, go look up the Crusades. Go look up the Inquisition. Go look up the Manifest Destiny. How do you think they got this land?
Oh, man, I tell you what, man. Y'all wear me out, man. Y'all wear me out.
Look it up. Manifest Destiny, audience. Go look it up. God told them to take this land. God told them to take the Middle East. God told them to take Africa.
I can believe that. I believe it. I believe they use what they've done. They've used the Bible to enslave black folks, and they did the Bible to take land and to kill and murder people. That's what they've done. So my man Bianchi, I wish you understand that we don't have no problem you liking Trump. That's who you like, and you're my man. I like you. But stop saying some things that's really not true. And don't always try to compare what's happening in one area with what's happening right now in this area. All right. Hey, Professor, go and give your closing. We got 2 minutes. What you got? We got 60 seconds. Go ahead, Professor. What's your close? Give me your close. Professor, give me your close.
Oh, my close is just a great show. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to our listening audience. I hope they, learn or give us some kind of plan in the future. What we're going to start doing, we're going to start asking you all, what should we do? Bottom line. Yes, we can talk about this all day, but we need a plan.
All right, Coach.
Hey, great show, man. Always enjoy talking to our astute callers in Detroit, man. Be safe, man, because there's going to be a lot of strange things happening over the next few days, man.
Hey, I want to thank the callers and the viewers for looking and watching and listening to us every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You can catch me on Hot 104.1 in St. Louis on Sunday mornings from 8 to 10? Yeah, so you can do that. But let me just say this, guys. I enjoy being on the airway on 910 The Superstation because the Detroit callers, I got to tell you, you're different from any other callers we have and that we deal in St. Louis. You're different. You're astute. You're very smart. You come passionately. We appreciate that. I don't take for granted every time you take time out of your busy schedule to come and listen to us every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I am so thankful and honored and just want to say thank you so much for that. And my man, Big Mike, back on the board. Man, I can't make this thing happen without you, big dog. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of our callers. I don't take this for granted. I'm blessed, and I'm honored, and I love Detroit. The big fella, the coach, and the educator, we're out. We'll see you. Let me see. Let me congratulate the senators in Georgia for all winning. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Jim. We're going to talk about that next Monday. Stay locked and loaded. The big fella, we out. We'll see you Monday. We gone.
Are you getting the most out of your Medicare plan?
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it. See you later.